All right, everybody. Hello, it's Karen McKy, and guess what? I am down here in the Caribbean, and I am checking something off my bucket list. After the whole cancer thing, I thought, you know what? Life is too short, and I really need to get out there and start living and having some fun. So my beautiful, wonderful partner, Lee, who is an avid sailor, grew up in Australia on little dinghy boats, sailing, racing, etc., has kindly invited me to go on an adventure with him. We are on a rented catamaran, which is his favorite type of boat. I had a short amount of time as a teenager, 1976 to about 1981, where my folks had bought a monohull, so a typical sailing boat with just one hull. And I grew up on Pueblo Reservoir in my teenage years in Colorado, getting to sail just on an inland, lake. But I had never made it into the ocean. And my folks had taken that sailboat down to Mexico, the Baja Mexico area, for one adventure. It was its only time it was in the ocean, and I opted not to go because guess what? I was in college. So I missed that adventure, and they went and had a great time. But it's been a dream of mine to get out on the ocean and be on a sailboat and really experience what the ocean was like. And of course, my biggest fear was, am I going to puke and am I going to get seasick? And oh my God, how much I hate that feeling. It's just not a fun feeling. So this is a bunch of firsts. So my first time on the ocean in a sailboat, my first time getting to make breakfasts in the morning on a sailboat and working with very rudimentary equipment because it's not what I would normally have to cook with, and dull knives and all sorts of other stuff that are on a rented ship. So we are here in the Caribbean exploring and having fun. We have had nothing but gray skies and lots of rain. Today is our first blue sky day, and we only have today and tomorrow, and then we have to turn the boat in on Wednesday. So thankfully we've got blue skies, and I'm excited about that. So we are currently in a port in Union Island in the Caribbean, north of Grenada, but south of the Tobago Keys, which is where I was hoping to get to go and play with turtles, but there were no turtles to be found. So anyway, we have come back in. This is in the St. Vincent group of islands, and St. Vincent is its own country. And then we're going to be heading back south to Grenada today so that we can get closer and kind of start tidying up, etc. So let's see, what else? My first time cooking on the open ocean. First time in a really big blow. Yesterday we were in one big storm front that was coming through, and we had decided to put the sails up because for the first day we'd had in many days we'd had sailing weather, but we were risking it a little bit because of the squall coming through, and went ahead and risked it and had some exciting big wave action. We had 6-foot waves, some white caps on top of those 6-foot waves. And no, I did not puke, but I also had a seasick tablet in the morning with breakfast, which was probably a really good idea. And then we had another big squall come through after we'd already started to bring in the mainsail and bring it down a bit because it was full up, and we needed to bring it down a bit. So anyway, after riding through that a bit more, we decided to go ahead and drop all the sails and just work off of motoring because we were coming into the Tobago Keys, and we wanted to make sure that we were, not in a rough way getting in to anchor. So last night was my first time anchoring overnight at a place. I've gotten to get pretty good with dropping the anchor now and getting it lodged and sunk into the sand, and we've had good sand on the last 2 anchorings that we've had. So we were able to be out on the anchor all night, and we were sheltered, and the rest of the storm front had moved on through. So that's why we've got blue skies today, which is great. So anyway, lots of firsts for me here, and really enjoying the blue sky, really enjoying the big ride we had yesterday with the rain just drenching me out on the bow. I was soaking wet, and I know it sounds a little crazy, but I actually really loved it. It was a lot of fun, and had a great time being out there getting soaked by the rain. Now, luckily it was, a warm rain. It wasn't a freezing cold rain, but it was cold enough by the time, we got everything tied down that it was like, okay, I think I'm ready to go in and, get some dry clothes on and get warmed up. But life is beautiful here. The people on the islands are working very hard to be entrepreneurs. We've had several people come out and introduce themselves and ask if we wanted help anchoring. 2 days ago, we did take advantage of that here in Union Bay. We met a really nice man named Buddha, and he asked us if we wanted some banana bread, which he would bring back later in the afternoon. His wife had made a beautiful banana bread, and so we said, okay, it's so good, bring back another one. So he went back to go get another banana loaf, and we've been munching on that and enjoying her cuisine. It's delicious, of course, quite sweet, and the bananas here are amazing. So getting to have some very yummy fruit. Just have some mangoes today that we're going to cut into that are local mangoes, and the tomatoes are fresh. Everything's fresh. It's all really great food down here. So I guess that's about it for right now. I'll probably give another little update in a little bit, but wanted to say hello and let you guys know that life is very important to live. It's very important to start doing some things on your bucket list. It's never too early, and it can be too late. So get your bucket list going, figure out what's on that list and what matters to you, and start setting some plans in motion to get some of those things to happen sooner rather than later. All right, good for now. Bye-bye.